Recording in progress.
So hi guys, good evening all of you. Are you audible guys? Are you audible? Right. So the next one more new topic in SQL language of Oracle. Okay. So the topic name is logs. So basically, this logs, okay, are logging mechanisms. Okay. So every database is going to be internally maintained this logging mechanism, guys. And the purpose of logs is what now here means. With the help of this locking mechanism only, your databases are going to be maintained the proper. Okay, so databases are going to be maintained. Guys, are you audible? Are you audible? Are you audible, guys? Hello. So voice is clear. Okay, right. Yes, logs. So these logs, why should the databases are maintained? The loggings and logging techniques internally means, okay, the user request. That means whenever user is going to be sending a request, or else they are performing some operations on databases. Okay, now those operations are they need to maintain proper consistency way. They need to maintain their operations means definitely logs will be help to database servers to how they want to prevent user resource, how they want to prevent users resource or user resource, how they want to prevent. So those the restrictions, the restrictions, how it was maintained by the transaction restrictions or the user request operations restrictions, how your database is going to be maintained means logs. Maintain what now? Logging mechanisms. For example, generally, how these logs will be help to databases means, for example, observe. Nowadays, so many online transactions we are going to perform. Yes or no? So many online transactions. Okay, so nowadays everything is online only. So every online transaction when we perform here, automatically that online transactions are not only one user. There are lakhs of people, crores of people, millions and trillions of people or trillions of users. They're going to be doing transactions every day. But these all transactions, how the database servers will be managing, how the user request, how the user resource will be managed by system, proper consistency manner, proper accuracy manner, how those transactions are maintained means locking is one of the technique. They will be managing user requests. Okay, managing user request. Okay, now understand my point now. So how they're going to be managing. For example, suppose ATM machine was there. For example, suppose your ATM machine. So user one, if you want to go for ATM machine to take money or whatever, some transaction you have to do. some sequence of people are there, like suppose user 1 standing, user 1, okay, in the back side, user 2 standing, user 2 in the back side, user 3 standing, like this. So suppose there are the multiple users are there, like they're going to be having in the sequence or in the queue, they were having in the queue. So in the queue, what it was happen, okay, these are the user queue are there. So now first user, that means when as per the sequence, the first which user is there in the first order. So first in first come, same like this. So first user, he will be go to ATM machine, and he was doing some operation, okay, doing some transaction or operation, okay. Now but tell me guys here, if second user want to do transaction on this ATM, then when you want to do user 2, once user 1 transaction successfully completed, otherwise the user 1 transaction will be cancelled. That means either success or cancel, any one should be taken by user 1. That means first user 1 is going to ATM, he was doing transactions, but in between transactions, user 2 cannot access. Yes or no? Suppose user 1 went to ATM machine, he was doing some transaction, suppose withdraw money or something. So unless the first user transaction is not, unless the first user transaction is not completed, is it possible to second user can interfere? Is it possible to second user can go to perform? No, we can't go. We can't go because first user transaction unless his transaction either complete, otherwise fail, then only second user will get a opportunity. Second user will get an opportunity to do his operations. So that means the point is what now? Unless user 1 transaction is completed, remaining people, that means who are coming to second and third and fourth, the remaining users, whatever it was there, those all remaining users are under waiting position. The remaining all users are under waiting position. Up to how much time they are waiting? Up to how much time they are waiting means user 1 transaction either successfully completed, otherwise user 1 transaction either cancelled. That means user 1 should take a decision, either you have to success or cancel. You want to go okay or cancel. If anyone he was going to be committed, either cancel, otherwise either cancel or success, anyone who want to go to be committed, then only his request will be successfully done. And after his request is completed, then your system will ask to you new request, and which was sending by second user or that user, whatever it is. So that means unless the first user transaction request is not completed, then remaining users are under waiting positions. Okay, now so in such a way, the number of user requests, your databases are how it was maintained, sir, because there are 100 users are sending requests to database server. Okay, now there are lakhs of users are sending requests to database server, but this lakhs of requests, how it will be managed by your database servers means that will be managed by database servers with the help of locking mechanisms. Sometimes we can see, for example, are you booking some movie ticket through one website? So same day, same show timing, same cinema theater. Okay, are you booking 2 tickets or 3 tickets, whatever? Some movie tickets are you booking on the same day, same show, same seat number? Exactly. Sometime what happened while we are going to booking tickets? Okay, after middle of the transaction, your transaction will be under processing. Can you identify anybody? Okay, your transaction is going, okay, step by step you are doing, but certain period of time, okay, sometimes our transaction will be processing. Our transaction will be processing. Otherwise, nowadays, one message is coming out. One message is coming out. What is the message will coming out? Your transaction is processing. So this kind of messages, are you getting them? Come on, guys. Sometimes you're booking some online through any products or movie tickets or train tickets or flight tickets. Yes or no? If anything, you are booking that through your online application. Sometimes what it was happen, our transaction will be processing and one message is coming out. Your transaction under processing. So that kind of messages anybody facing? Come on, guys. Facing now? Yes. So we are facing the kind of situations. So many times we are facing nowadays. Sometimes we are going to be sending money. Okay, by using a phone pay, Google Pay, yes or no? So we are going to be sending some money. Sometimes what happened? Your transaction successfully completed. But sometimes what happened? Your transaction will be pending. That means it was processing. Sometimes we're telling your transaction is pending, your transaction is processing. So it will be happen like this, so much time it will be take. Yes or no? So it means what, sir? Any idea, guys? So why, sir, your transaction is under processing? What is the reason your transaction is not going to be completed? Your transaction will be under processing. What it mean? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? My point is, when you getting that kind of situation, when your transaction is under processing, when you get that kind of situation means, okay, there is only one reason you have to think. So when our transaction is under processing means, the reason is what now? Same transaction, exactly date and time, one more user is going to also performing. Yes. Okay, now so that means many or multiple users, same day, same timing, they are also doing same transaction. My point understand now? Same day, same time, same transaction is also doing by some other users also. That's why what it was happen, multiple users are performing same transaction on the same day, same time. That's why what it was happen, your server, what it will do, first in, first come. That means there are 100 users are sending request. But in this 100 user request, any one user is a first, any one user request will be reached to server, then whose user request is reaching to server, so that person request is only processing. That means the person request is only, your server is going to be taking that request and the user request is processing, doing operation and sending response to that user. So this much process after successfully complete or fail, then only second user request will be accepted by database server. Understanding now? Understanding now? Okay, suppose that is the same point I'm telling. Suppose there are multiple users here. Okay, suppose there are multiple users. See up there. Multiple users are there. User 1, user 2, user 3. So on the same day, same time, and same transaction they're doing now, then they're sending request. So they're sending request. User 1. Exactly at this point of, he is also sending request. Exactly at this point of time, he is also sending request. So while you are sending request, for example, user number 3 request is reaching to your database server. So user, that means U1, U2, U3, 3 users are sending same day, same time, same request they're sending to server. But unfortunately, user 3 request is reached to server first. First, which user request is reached to server? Unfortunately, user number 3. So which user request is reaching to database server first, then that user only allowed and accepting, processing, doing operation and send back to user and send back to what? User. Okay, send back to user. So that means your user 3 transaction is completed, then only your server will take a next user request. Next user request. Suppose your user 3 transaction is processing, your server is going to processing, then what the server will do? Your user 1 request is making under which position? Waiting position. Under which position? Waiting position. User request 2 also, user 2 request also waiting under waiting position. So that means here user number 3 request is processing by your server. So that's why user 2 request, user 1 request is under waiting position. Okay now. So when the server will give permission to user 2 and user 1, when user 3 transaction is successfully complete, otherwise successfully cancel, then only your database server will give permissions to next user. Understand my point now? But how, sir, how this user request is going to be under waiting position? How the server can be keep it? How your database servers are keeping user request under waiting position? How the database servers are keeping your user request under waiting position means with the help of what now? Locks. That means under waiting means what happened? Under waiting means what happened? These two people are your database is going to making under lock position. So that's why the request is under waiting. Waiting means those requests are under locking position. So when this lock will be releasing, means once user number 3 request processing completed, then these users request will be unlocked. But here also first in first come. Suppose unfortunately user 1 is a forward to user 2, then user 1 is going to be unlocked. User 1 request is unlocking and accepting by server, processing and sending response. Okay, now next what happened? Now he was not unlocked means what? Now he is not waiting. It's going to, your request is going to what it is here? Processing. Okay, now right. This is what it was going to be done. Suppose now user 1 processing request is also successfully completed, or suppose his request is successfully failed. Then what happened? Your database server is giving to next option. Is the next option? User number 2 is waiting. So user number 2 is waiting. Then user number 2, whatever he was locking, that will be unlocked. And unlock means he's not under waiting position. He was under processing position. And he was under. Okay now? Yes. So this kind of, that means transactions. Transaction means user request. How it was going to be balancing, how it was going to be maintaining, how is it going to be managing by your database servers means with the help of the locking mechanisms. Okay now? So that is advantage of your locks. Okay, now these locks are every database server is maintained internally. Every database server is maintained. Okay, and now what it was happened? How many types of lockings are maintained by database server means 2 types of lockings. One is called as a row level locks or locking mechanism. Row level locking mechanism, and second one is called as a table level locking mechanism. Okay now? So in row level locking, again 2 types is there. It was there in row level locking. Okay, so one is called as a single row lock or locking. Second one is called as a multiple rows locking. Okay, now so again, row level, there are two types of locking are there: single row locking mechanism and multiple row locking mechanism. Okay, now for example, let us see. So with the practical examples, you can understand. Okay, now right. Let you come out, guys. Let you come out. First of all, I'm going to open. Okay, so my database connectivity I'm opening here with one user. That user with the system user I'm connecting. I'm connecting with the system user. Okay, just I keep it this. Okay, now so he is one user login. So show user, who is this user? System. Okay, I just see it. I'm going to take here. I'm going to take here. So one more. Okay, user I will take now. Yes, this user, he was connecting with the spot. Okay, fine. So I want to show user. Okay, spot. So he's a second user also connecting your database. He's a second user. So here, how many users, guys? Two users are there. Okay, now so user one system, user two spot. So two connectivities are there. See, observe, practically observe. Suppose system user request is reaching to your server first. That means this user sending first request. Any one request like update request. Update Scott.emp set salary is equal to 1100, where EMP number is equal to 7900. So first user, that means user one, system user is sending one update query request to your server. Then request is sending. Request is sending, okay, and you are saying that one row is updated. Okay, right. Later, what it was happened, but carefully observe, system user sending a request. The request is showing one row is updated. But now tell me, this updated request is a temporarily performed or permanently performed? Come on, temporarily or permanent? Temporarily, already we know. Temporarily performed means now this transaction is completed or not completed? Yes, not completed, right? Not completed. Okay, so that means still system user request is under what? Pending. That means he was not completed still. Is under pending, not request, not completed. Okay, now exactly at this point of time, second user means Scott. Okay, second user means Scott user also, unfortunately, second user Scott is also doing same transaction. Update EMP set salary is equal to 2200, where EMP number is equal to 7900. But guys, can you identify the same row already? Okay, update operation, system user performing update operation on same row. And this is still, it is a pending. That means his request is not successfully complete. Yes or no? His request under processing or pending. Yes or no? So he was not confirmed here. System user is not confirmed here. This transaction is commit or rollback. Commit means success. Rollback means cancel. That already we know. But system user is not confirmed here. Is a transaction is a committed up or a cancelled up. So that was not committed by system user. So then is not committed is a transaction, but another user is sending the same request to my server. Another user sending same request to my server. Then what happened? The second user request observed. He was entered. He was entered, but is not processing. What happened? You can see. Yes. Now second user Scott request is under waiting position. Under waiting position. Under waiting position. So why sir? Why sir waiting? Why sir waiting? Come on, any idea? Any idea? Why sir waiting? Yes. Why sir waiting means the same operation on same table on same row already system user is performed. Which operation? Which operation? Update operation. Okay, but first user who was performing same operation, same table, same row, that operation is not confirmed by system user. Either that operation is a successor or failure. Okay, now so that was not confirmed here. So unless the first user transaction is not complete, the second user transaction will be waiting position. That means under locking position, under locking position. So who was doing this one? Internally, database server is doing this one with the help of what? Locks concept, locks techniques. Okay, now so that server will be managed. Now tell me, now this second user, Scott user want to, that is Scott user request. Second user, who is this? Scott user request. He want to process. Scott user request want to process. Then what you want to do? How you want to do means first your first user system user must and should be either commit or cancel this transaction. Commit means successfully done. Your transaction is successfully done. Rollback means what now? Your transaction is cancelled. So either cancel or successfully done. Then only second user request is going to processing. Come on, guys. Concept is understanding now. Now concept is understanding now. Come on, yes or no? Okay, now right. So now let you see still Scott user is under waiting, and this first user is not conforming. Okay, now we can carefully observe. Now this user, now this first user, he want to make it a commit. Commit means now his transaction he is committed. Committed means finalized. Okay, that means he was telling that yes, my transaction should be successfully completed. So that means that the decision was making by system user. That means he was conforming. He was conforming. What he was conforming? My request, my transaction, okay, is going to be finishing. Is going to be finishing. My transaction is finishing. Finishing means completed. How he was completed? By using commit button. By using commit button. So when you committed, then his transaction is completed. Okay, na? So immediately, whenever the first user transaction is successfully completed, then immediately second user request is going to be processing. Second user request is going to be processing, but still under waiting. See, still under waiting. Now we can come out. Now we come out. So now we was come out. Now we was come out to enter. What happened? You can see yes, enter. So once it committed, immediately second user request is processing. See, concept understand. Now is understanding the point, understand, locking advantage, understand. Come on, guys. It's clear or not? Okay, na? Right. So this is what we called as a single row, how it was locked by your server. Okay, so that means whenever user is performing some operation on your particular row, then the row will be locked. Okay, now so unless that user is not confirmed his transaction either commit or cancel, then only second user transaction will be processing. Otherwise, it is waiting position. Okay, now right. So this is what the single row locking we said. In the same to same, multiple rows, even though next mechanism what now multiple row locking also happen. For example, let us see multiple row. So now the two people I have to take. Okay. So now he is also I'm going to doing here roll back then. Okay, fine. And let me see, clear it. And this is also clear. And he is the user of system. And he is the user of now we can see. But a very important what is now guys here, whenever you want to, that means the server want to lock multiple row, compulsory user should be used one class. Which class? For update class I have to use. Okay, so use update class. Okay, use update for update class in select file. Okay, na? So whenever okay, so you want to lock multiple rows, group of rows. If you want to lock on a table, then compulsory user must and should be send a request with for update clause in select query. Okay, now now we can see what happened. So now we can see what happened. Again, we have a two users. Again, we have a two users. Okay, now again we have a two users. Fine. User one and user two. Suppose this system user is doing an operation. Select star from spot.emp. So where DPT number is equal to 10, and he was using what he was using for update. Okay, na? He was using what now for update. So when you're using for update along with this box, he was going to be. So what it was happening here, who the department number is a 10, that the 10th department people, three people are there. Can you see? The department number 10, 10, 10, three people are there. So these three people, rows are going to be locked. That means the department number 10, how many rows are there? 3 rows are there. So to complete your department number 10 rows data is locked by your system. Okay, now now he is the request is under processing. Okay, now he is not confirming here, so it was be locked. In the same pattern on same department number, which department number the system user is going to be locking here, on the same department number, second user means Scott user is doing update. For example, was doing update EMP set. Sal is equal to 3300, where department number is equal to 10. But tell me guys here, already department number 10 rows are locked now. Yes or no? Yes, it was locked. Then what happened? You can see second user request is processing or not. Observe? No, it's not processing. Second user request is not processing, but waiting. But his request is waiting. But his request is waiting. So when this second user request will be processing, when first user should be do either commit or rollback. So when you commit and roll back, then only locks are released. Once lock is released, then immediately your second user request is going to be processed. Okay. Now first user come, he was going to be rollback, either rollback or commit, whatever you can use, no problem. Okay, rollback or commit, anyone. So now you want to go to rollback. Now you want to go to rollback. Yes. So whenever it was rollback means what now? His transaction is cancelled. So his transaction is cancelled. Then immediately second user transaction is processed. Second user transaction is processed. Okay now. So this is what we called as guys here. Okay, multiple rows, how the server internally lock. Okay now, right. So this is one situation. In another situation is there in this row level locking. In another situation is also there in our row level locking, that is called as deadlock. Sometimes the situation is called as a deadlock situation is occurred. What is deadlock situation means? Deadlock situations are nothing but multiple users are under waiting for resource. Multiple users are waiting for resource. So that means user 1 is also waiting, user 2 also waiting. Both are waiting, both are under waiting position. So when both are under waiting position, then that type of situation is called as a deadlock. That kind of situation is called as a deadlock. But in the previous examples, in these examples, what happened? In these examples, what happened? Any one user only waiting. Yes or no? Scott user is waiting, system user is performing. So that means here any one only happened, either Scott or system. Okay, first in, first request. First in, first out. Okay, na? Right. Any one only happened. But now the situation is what? Now, sometime multiple users requests also waiting. So my request is waiting, your request is waiting, your request is all are waiting position. When all user requests are waiting position, that kind of situation is called as a deadlock situation. So that's why sometimes what happens, server down, server is not properly working. Okay, server, my system is very slow, sir. My server is very slow, sir. Okay, so this kind of words, sir, we are listening. We are some, if you go to any banking, nowadays you can see banking sectors. Banking sectors every day can go any one time. Okay, your banking people saying that, sorry, sir, today my server, that means today's servers are down. Okay, now because why it is down means, server down means what now? Here multiple lakhs of requests are coming to database. So how they will be managed? Sometimes database server also not managing at a time all requests. At the time, what happened? Your server will be deadlocked. Yeah, server busy, server is down. This kind of words are we are listening. Okay, so now we are observed deadlock. Observe what happened. Deadlock situation. Observe deadlock situation. Again, same to same guys. Suppose show you the. Now you are doing an update operation. Update Scott.emp. That salary is equal to 4400, where DPT number is equal to 7369. Now you are going to do 7369 is not there. My maybe the DEPT number. Okay, sorry. That is employee number now. Let's wait. Okay, so what is this? Update Spot.emp set salary is equal to 4400, where EMP number, actually EMP number now 736. Okay, fine. He was doing one update operation on 7369 raw data. Same to same, second user is doing update operation, update EMP set salary is equal to 55. Okay, where EMP number is equal to 7788. So he is also doing one operation on 7788. That means the different rows. System user is done update operation on 7369 row. Scott user performed update operation on 7788. Then what happened? 7369 row is locked. Yes, 7788 is also locked. So two different users on two different rows, they performed update operation. That's why every transaction is individual, Scott individual, system individual, and different rows. So that's why both are locking. Okay, fine. Now what happened? You can see. Now what happened? Suppose again system user is doing update operation. For example, update Scott.emp said salary is equal to 6600, where EMP number is equal to 7788. Now tell me guys, system user can do operation on 7788? No, he can't do it. Why he can't do it? Why he can't do it? Because Scott user is not committed. Otherwise, Scott user is not rollback. Because Scott user done update operation 7788 already. That means that row is a lock. That row is a lock. Yes or no? So that's why this user cannot. Now see, I'm entering here. I'm entering here. What happened? You can see. What happened, guys? System user is performing. No. Okay, na? Right. So keep it like this. Next, our Scott user is doing update operation. Second user. That means another user. Update EMP set. Salary is equal to 77, where EMP number is equal to 7369. But guys, tell me 7369 already system user is locked. That means he already done one operation, is already performing one operation on 7369, right? But the same 7369 system user is not confirmed. Either commit or rollback is not confirmed. Okay, now, but the same row, on the same row, second user is performing update operation. What you say? The second user can perform now? No, second user cannot perform. So that means what happened? User 1 already waiting position, and user 2 now he is also going to do, he is also waiting position. That means here what happened? Both users are waiting. Both users are waiting. System user is waiting. Scott user also waiting. So both users cannot. That means both user requests are under waiting position. Now see what happened. What happened? You can see. Now I just entered. See, when I was entered here, see here one error is coming out. What is error? Deadlock detected while waiting for resource. While waiting for resource. Okay, now what is this? Deadlock. Deadlock is detected. So that means what happened? User 1 cannot perform. User 2 also cannot perform. Both are under waiting positions. Both are under waiting positions. So again, this problem to overcome. That means if I want to avoid this problem, then what happened? Now the user should be commit or a rollback. Now he was committed. Now what happened? You can see he committed. Yes. Then only the second user request will be processed. Then only second user request will be processed. So this is what we called as a deadlock situation. So that means both users are under waiting position. So if you release the lock, then any one user should be committed. Then only other user can be released here. Otherwise, both users are having the same waiting position. So this kind of situation is called as a deadlock situation. We call. Okay, na? Right. And this next one is what now? Table level locking. In the previous row level, what we did, row wise, we locked here, either single row or multiple row. But table level means what now? In this entire table is locking. Okay, entire table is locking. Okay, now entire table is locked. So that means in your table, how many number of rows are there? I don't mind it. Complete your table is locked. That is called as a table level lock. In table level locking also, two types of lockings are there. One is we called as a share lock. Okay. Second one is called as a exclusive lock. So there are two locks, share lock and exclusive lock. What is share lock and what is exclusive lock means here also. Simply, I will explain to you. Easy to understand. Share lock means any user or else multiple users. Okay, any user or multiple users. Okay, now otherwise simply multiple users. Multiple users can lock a table. Okay, that means share lock technique is what now? Mechanism is what now? Any user can lock. That means multiple users can lock. I can lock the table. You can also lock the table. Some other person also can lock the table. So there are chances are there multiple users can lock your table. Okay, that is called a share lock. Exclusive lock means what now? Exclusive lock means what now? Simple definition. Exclusive lock means what now? Only one user, only one user can lock. Okay, only one user can lock a table. But multiple users cannot be locked. For multiple users cannot be locked. Okay, now let you see practically you can understand. So here share lock syntax is what? What is the syntax of share lock means? Okay, the syntax is lock table name in share mode. Okay, and now example you can update. Okay, so now I just go to roll back here. Okay, again I just clear it now. Okay, now suppose this is our system user. He was locking table, lock table sort.emp in what is the mode? In share mode. Okay, lock table name in share mode. So system user table is locked. So table is locked. So that means now what happened? Other user cannot perform DML operations on EMP table because your system user is locking your table. That's why second user or other users cannot perform any DML operations on this table. Okay, now same to same, second user is there, another user is there. He is also trying to lock table name is EMP in share mode. Now what happened? You can see he's also locked the table. So that means here multiple users are locked the table. So system user can lock table. Same table can lock by spot user also. Then what happened? System user cannot perform DML operation, and also spot user also cannot perform DML operations because here both people are locking table. That's why no one can perform. This is share lock. Okay, now this is share lock. Okay, so now this locking mechanism, if you want to avoid here, again same, anyone should be go to commit. Okay, he committed means he is releasing. Now we want to commit or roll back. So suppose you want to roll back, also releasing. Then now both can be performed now. DML operations, both can be performed. Okay, now right. This is sharing lock. Multiple users can be do it. But what is your exclusive lock? Exclusive lock means what I said, only one user can lock a table. That means one user lock the table means another user, there is no chance. Okay, here syntax also, let you see. Here the syntax is also lock table name in exclusive mode. Okay, in exclusive mode. Okay. So in exclusive mode, let you come out and see any one user only perform. Okay, so he was clear the thing and he is also clear. Now again saying the one of the user system, he was locking the table, lock table spot.emp in exclusive mode. Okay, he done. But the same table, okay, but the same table, let you see, show user. So he is also lock table emp in exclusive mode. Exclusive mode. What happened? You can see. So exclusive means any one only can lock. Okay, already system user is locked by your table. But same table, second user also trying now. What it was happening? You can see second user. Yes, he is waiting. Now see, his request is not going here. He was waiting. So that means what you understand, guys, here. Exclusive locks are done by any one user. Share locks are done by multiple users. So now this spot user want to do lock, then this user is must be release the lock. That means confirm is transaction. So now suppose he was doing some rollback or commit, anything you can use. Suppose we do rollback, then immediately second user request is processing. Now spot user is successfully locking the table once system user is unlocked. Okay, now so these are what now, guys, your locking mechanisms. Automatically your database servers are internally maintained. So with the help of this only, user request, whatever the users are sending number of transactions request to your database server, then database server will be holding your request, waiting your request, and first priority manner your request will be processing and giving response to user. Okay, na? So this is one of the small concept in our SQL database. Okay, so these are called as a locking mechanisms. We call that. Okay, na? These are called as a locking mechanisms. Okay, right. And the next one is next topic is one more topic is there. The very important topic, indexes. But guys, indexes the topic we will see on Monday session. Okay, na? So Monday we will go for the one more new topic in SQL part. Okay, na? Right, guys. So thank you so much.